Okay, so this is day one of restoring my 1988 RX-7 GTU. Got this as a roller, so no engine, transmission, or interior, which is fine by me because that's the perfect kind of blank slate for what I'm gonna do to it. So I plan to do this as like probably OEM Plus would be the best way to describe it. Get it pretty close to its original condition. New paint, new interior, some new wheels, and maintain a lot of the original at least as much as I can. So just cleaned it, just was delivered, uncovered it, gave it a good quick wash, just because it had a lot of dirt and stuff on it from sitting at the previous owners, who is also a modifier of cars. He's a great guy that actually has a pretty cool collection. And so yeah, step one is to just clean it up. I'm gonna have to start the hunt for the parts that I'll need for it. The plan is to start with the body, basically strip it down, shore up the rust spots, make it as easy for the painter to do their thing. The current plan is to basically do it deep crystal blue, which is a Mazda OEM color that goes on its original cars. I know a lot of the videos of folks who've restored these, a lot of them stick with the original white, but this car wasn't white to begin with, as far as I can tell. So my goal is to, like I said, OEM Plus, modern color, do some upgrades. Rotary engine, of course, sticking with the original. I am gonna upgrade it to a Turbo 2. So for those of you who may not know, the GTU was kind of a special variant of the car. Think of it as all of the cool stuff that a Turbo 2 would have, but missing out on the Turbo 2 engine. So it's got this regular RX-7 hood, but this car did come with the limited slip differential, the turbo brakes. So it's got a lot of the things that make a RX-7 a Turbo 2, just not the engine. So I'm gonna either source one or see if there's a vendor who offers like a rebuilt, because I'm not too worried about that as long as it's low mileage. This is basically just gonna be my fun weekend car, not primary. So I can take it step by step, kind of do everything right, take my time, not rush it, which gives me time to do research, source out the parts properly. I should note, I actually work for a Mazda dealership, so where I can, I'll be able to get the parts directly from the manufacturer. That way it's as close to what would have came on the car. So I want to replace as little as I have to with aftermarket, which means I'll be scouring the forums for folks who have parts laying around, things I need. The good news is, overall, the car is in pretty good condition. I mean, it's got some rust. The sunroof panel will have to be replaced, but the undercarriage is solid. The suspension is intact. The steering is intact. I lucked out, like things like the taillights, OE taillights, which I actually like, are still there and in good condition. The headlights, both are there, though I likely have to replace the motors that make them pop up, because of course they have to pop up. Who doesn't like pop-up headlights? Little things like the flash to pass lens on this side, but I mean, like, all my side markers are there, the rear ones are there, and even some of like the original decals from Mazda denoting the car's trim is there. So yeah, overall, super pumped to start the project, and got some good resources, family full of mechanics. Like I said, work for Mazda, so yeah, I'll try to do regular updates, record some of the work as it's done. It's pretty cool to see some of the other projects people have completed. I've seen like the drift shop out in the UK that did one of these, a couple of private owners. Scott's POV was actually a pretty cool series. If you haven't seen those guys, go check them out. I'll link their description to their channel down below. There's a father and son team that did a really cool build. English guys that speak in fluent Japanese. It's wild, but it's really cool to watch at the same time. The chemistry between those two is pretty cool. So yeah, that's the car. And like I said, this is hopefully just let's call this the prologue, because chapter 1 will be all the body work that'll go into it, stripping it down, taking pieces off, seeing what I can keep, what I have to replace, and then going from there. So hopefully it's interesting enough that folks check it out, follow along, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.